Hello, everyone, and welcome to Vampire the Masquerade, Philly by Night, The Monster Within. I am your storyteller, Prince, also known as Dimplesndice, he, him, and we are finally going to have our whole crew together. If you've been around, you've seen the prologue episodes that we've had up to this point, and you've seen each of these characters be embraced and brought into the unlife. They've all had approximately 3 weeks to adjust to what's been going on with them, learn a little bit of the rules of the Camarilla, and then are getting tossed straight into the fire right in front of the prince to explain why they get to continue to exist. But before we jump into all of the shenanigans tonight, because there will be shenanigans, let's talk about content warnings. So, in general, our content warnings are exclamation VCW. You can see those on in the Twitch chat. We're generally going to have violence, body horror, manipulation, coercion, language, mind control, psychological and existential horror, because that's the kind of thing that happens if you've been turned into an undead creature that may live forever and has to see all of their family and friends die. And sexual themes, generally this revolves around feeding, but we try to keep things to a minimum on that case. The rest of the things will kind of pop up. We have safety tools in place at the table. I have those pulled up for the game so we can stay safe here. I highly doubt we'll go into anybody's reds or yellows tonight, but if something should happen, please let me know via chat or using your X cards if you have them, whatever you need. I'm here, I'm paying attention. So, let's get down to business, right? We've embraced Calliope, our hardworking ballerina who couldn't just quite work hard enough to get that top spot. But Malkavian Primogen thought that Calliope was a prodigy in their own way. Worked so hard for so long that their body was literally breaking to do it, and yet still kept going. And that, to this particular Malkavian, was a very attractive quality. We have Crux. Crux is a problem. I don't know how else to put it. Crux is a bit of a freedom fighter, loudmouth, problem child, punk. That also happens to be an MMA fighter and is very good at that for the level that they were doing. But they were also good enough to kill their sire. Yeah, that's not normally a thing that one should do. The right of destruction is one of the Camarilla's big rules, but here we are. We have Delaney. Or is it Delaney? I always get it wrong. Or right. I don't know. Who had probably the most gentle embrace we'll ever see. It's very awkward. Kind of cute. Dr. Cora is new to this whole situation of embracing someone. But the idea of Salubri dying out was too much to handle. And thus, Delaney, or Delaney, okay, all right, was dying of a very aggressive lung cancer and was embraced to keep them from having to deal with the long, slow death that comes with that. Well, wouldn't have been long and slow for this particular case. They were kind of fucked, to be real. But, it would have been shitty. And then there's Giselle. I don't have anything else to say about that. So let's pop into it. When we left off, Giselle was the first person on the stage, presenting themselves in front of the prince to justify their existence. They were told to don't fuck this up, and proceeded to maybe, just maybe, fuck it up by saying some completely reckless shit to the prince. Truly. If you were there, you know. And then we had the others slowly trickle out onto the stage. There were several vampires for Giselle to see. One Giselle knew quite intimately recently, was even dumped by, how dare she, Anastasia, introduced as Toreador. There's also a few other people you saw. You saw Banu Hakim step out into the stage. Her name is Layla. You saw a Tremere brought out to the stage named Marcus. And then you saw another person you happen to know along the way. You saw Delaney. Salubri. 3 eyes. You're familiar with this person. And then, over the rest of the night, you saw Calliope marched out onto the stage as well. And last but certainly not least was Crux, who was escorted by the sheriff. Over this period, you saw that the Seneschal, Julian Albright, took responsibility for Crux. Odd, but hey, this is all new to you. But before we jump into all of that, let's get to what Delaney said to justify their existence. I paused specifically on this because the prince paused specifically on Delaney before she justified herself. And the prince says such. Miss Ashford, Delaney, you are in a rather unique position. You can indeed explain yourself to me, but know that you have a little bit more, for lack of a better term, rope to play with. You see, Dr. Hartland and you are, to my knowledge, the only Salubri in existence. I do not wish to use the right of destruction upon you, and thus I'm giving you the opportunity to say what you will and absolutely continue to be a part of the Camarilla if you don't say anything.
Okay. Thank you. I do have something I would like to say. All of my peers have said something, and though I understand my position here, I don't know if I want to take that advantage, because I do have something to say.
The floor is yours.
But first, I would like to ask you a question.
Yes.
If it's not too invasive, I was just wondering who you were before this.
She goes to say something, and then she pauses. And then she says, "Child, that is an excellent question. And I do not begrudge you for asking me this. But you must know that in front of the people who have gathered here, that there's no possible way that I can give you an honest answer. So what I will tell you is, in life, I was at times a worse person than I am now, and in 1,000 times better one."
Okay. I often think that sometimes people are their worst because of just the circumstances surrounding their lives. And looking at you and listening to you speak, I just feel that in some ways we might be kindred spirits in this. I have spent my whole life fighting to live. I grew up in a neighborhood that didn't have very much nutritious food available to everybody. So everything was, you know, high fructose and glucose and just manufactured garbage. The house I lived in was full of asbestos. And, we couldn't afford to move. We didn't even own it. And we couldn't afford to leave it. So, I was just taught, if you see some of the popcorn peeling off, just don't breathe in. I watched the few times I managed to watch TV, I always envied the families that I saw, and I wanted what they had. So I worked hard for it. I studied. I made sure I was the best in my classes just so I had a way out. And it worked. I managed to get accepted into a great school, into the program that I wanted. It wasn't perfect. I still didn't have that much money, even with scholarships, but I managed to make it work, and it was my life, and I loved every minute of it, even when it got hard in university. What I didn't expect was for my own body to betray me. I think maybe there was one day I forgot to hold my breath. When Cora presented this opportunity for me, I leapt at the chance.
She cuts her eyes at Cora. Just as soon as you say that, when she presents you with this opportunity,
I'm sorry. I don't mean to misspeak or get anybody into trouble.
continue, please.
I saw this as a gift and an opportunity not only to selfishly keep living, but to also continue the work that I've fought so hard to do, which is to make things better for other people who are also in the position that I grew up in. I am a hard worker. I study hard. I like to learn, and I can be very tenacious, and I don't give up without a fight first. And if I am allowed to live, I will ensure that I bring all of those traits into my position in the Camarilla, whatever it may be.
Good. I will say this before we continue. And this is not just for you. She looks back at the rest of the people seated in here and she goes, I am not like the elders here. I am bound to many of the traditions of the Camarilla, but some things over time have to change. We have to change. We have to adapt to where we are. She laughs to herself for a second. She goes, do you know that one of the easiest ways for us to continue to exist without being harassed and harangued by the Second Inquisition or others who seek our destruction is to make everybody vampires? It's bullshit. It's disgusting. There are these apps, these TikToks and other things, and she like fumbles with it because you've heard about La Sombra. They don't do well with technology. She's like, this AI can make people who have things out of thin air.
Yeah,
Disgusting, but
I
also
agree.
incredibly useful for our causes, for obfuscating our existence, which is why I do not ban the use of cellular devices as many other princes of other domains have done. I expect you to be responsible, of course. And she gives stern looks to all of y'all youngins. She says that. But I will not ban the usage of this, particularly for messaging. Now, when there's something particularly important or useful for all causes, I expect you to use Courier. We have those available. But you can continue to use your devices. The other thing that I think that many of us, looks around, have missed throughout the years is that we have a certain responsibility to the kind. And you hear chairs kind of squeak as she says that. People wiggle a little bit.
Everyone's uncomfortable. Uh,
Yeah, I don't like this one. What was
I,
that?
I, I think Delaney was. I mean, yeah, that makes sense. I mean, they help sustain us.
Precisely. But there's more to it than that. Without a healthy society of kind, we end up with problems that continue to plague our businesses, our way of life. Perhaps if they are not controlled or happy with their lives, then we have violence, riots, problems that can bring issues to our doorsteps. We want to avoid this at all costs. You must understand, to maintain the masquerade, because let's be real, all of us has wanted to punch a bitch in the face at some point or the other. But if we punch, we break faces, we explode heads, we destroy. Understand your power before you make a move. This is the only lesson that will impart upon you. The rest, your sires will have to take care of. Understood? And so, the rest of the night goes off without a hitch. And then, after everyone has given their speeches, she looks at Adonis. And she goes, Child, What has your sire taught you?
Um, he's given me the basics, the traditions, the ins and outs on a very thorough level.
But he did not give you any warnings on how to speak to your prince.
Um, I was specifically told not to be a cunt. His words, not mine.
And do you think you accomplished that mission?
I thought I was being, enthusiastic.
Your enthusiasm, while disgusting, has also entertained me. But what has entertained me more was seeing Calliope and Anastasia walk on the stage, and Delaney walk on the stage, and your reactions. You do not have much of a poker face.
That is news to me, my prince.
You should fix it.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
My prince.
correct. Now, you all are the newest kindred. Tonight, the spotlight is upon you. We have the court of Camarilla Society here to help to guide you through the rest of this unlife that you have. Now, you all are no longer mortals playing in the light, nor are you feral beasts to give in to your basest instincts. While I know that food has been provided for you for the most part, and you have had an opportunity or two to hunt, you will now be responsible for feeding yourselves. You all are now kindred of the Camarilla, and you are the future of this city. But a title is just a title. Power in the city is not given, it is indeed earned. We have chosen you all. She looks at the crowd. Not just for your blood, but for your potential. You hear, excuse me, my prince. And she looks over, and it's her seneschal, Julian, Dr. Albright, who has also claimed Crux to take care of. Might I make a suggestion? And she goes, please, my seneschal. He goes, there are 8 here. Yes? And then she gives him a look. And he goes, my apologies. There will be 8 here. And then you see a youngish looking black woman, probably early 20s, maybe like 22, 23. She walks out, and Prince Devro, looking a little peeved, says, introducing my progeny, Tasia. There is a pause, And then a little applause. And the girl she's in like a dress. But it's like kind of out of time. Little flowers, little bonnet on it, kind of situation, little bow. It's like, immediately the vibes you get from her is church girl. Absolutely. And she goes to the prince goes, Julian, you ruined the surprise. He goes, apologies, my prince. I meant no offense. And she goes, I take no offense. He's like, but it is important for what I plan to ask you. I believe that these 8 should be brought together in some way. I have an idea. I think it's a great idea. But please feel free to dispute this if any of you disagree. I believe that of these 8, that they should have particular roles within the Camarilla. Crux. Yes, you.
Am I supposed to speak now? Is this the prince speaking, or is this Albright?
This is Dr. Albright. He goes, you can fight.
Yes, very well.
Exactly. And you fight with what?
What do you mean?
What are your weapons?
Oh, my hands.
More specific.
My fists?
Correct. We have a fist. We know that the Scourge can sometimes get a little busy, that our sheriff can be bogged down in the minutiae at times. Perhaps we could have a couple of coteries. And the prince sort of nods her heads. She sees what you put it down. It goes, I think that we have a particular set of skills for many things to be accomplished. Crux, I believe that we should also bring Delaney along with you.
Am I supposed to respond? Because if I am supposed to respond, I would love that.
Excellent. Not that you had a lot of say in the matter, but compliance is useful. I also think there are some who need to learn a little humility. Adonis, is that what you call yourself these days?
Yes, it is.
Do you know the origin of the name?
Yes, Greek mythology.
Yes.
A consort of Aphrodite who was so beautiful, and then he died and he became a god himself.
Yes. And you see him get ready to say something, and then he looks at the prince, and then he says, yes, someone who needs to learn humility. You will be a part of this coterie as well.
Delighted.
Exactly. And last, to ensure that this humility stands, we also need well, potentially volatile, but useful clan to be a part of this coterie. Calliope.
Calliope's head whips up from the ground where they were not expecting to be called on. There were 4 other people that could fill that role. They look startled. Me?
Is there anyone else on the stage named Calliope? And you just see heads shake.
Yes, I didn't think it necessary to change my name to better fit my new station.
Excellent. I'm sure you all will get along swimmingly.
If it is the will of the prince, then it will be a will I follow.
The prince then pipes up and goes, Julian, I think this is an excellent idea. And then you see him go. He mouths, what? And then he stops himself and he goes, thank you, my prince. And she goes, I have it. You all, and she points to each of the 4 of you, will be my fist. If there are particular situations that could dissolve into violence, you will be the front lines. You will attempt to keep these situations from becoming masquerade breaches. And should they become potential masquerade breaches, then you will fix them. I believe you have the requisite skills based on your blood to do such. And then she looks over to the other group. She goes, Tasia, while you are my progeny, my child, you do not to get away without doing any work. Again, this is earned. Anastasia, I wish for you to lead my open hand. You all will be the face of the young Camarilla of Philadelphia. You will handle negotiations, business deals, potential issues that can be smoothed over by words with the anarchs. Each of you have, she looks at both groups, very useful skills to us. And we want to make sure that those skills are being put to the best use. Welcome to the Camarilla. You all get to live. Then there's just a crowd of people clapping for you, particularly your sires. Mingle if you will. Obviously, refreshments will be provided. Feel free to meet the other Camarilla members of the court if you wish. I am sure I have something for them, my prince. And she goes, I also have something for Anastasia's coterie. So once you've done mingling, please, Crux, your team can go talk to Julian, Dr. Albright.
That works out. That was actually what I wanted to do. And my team? As in, am I like Anastasia? Am I the leader?
I suspect that leadership will come to those who most deserve it.
Okay,
You're
soft
dismissed from the
no.
stage. And then there's just a bunch of confused looking youngish kindred standing on the stage around each other.
Feels like freshman orientation. Just, I don't know anybody here. Not really.
I think Crux walks up to Delaney first, as the person who they recognize out of this entire group of people. And it's like, Delaney, you're you were on TikTok, right?
Yeah. About the urban farming.
Yeah. I think I feel like I seen you around too. And then kind of Crux puts a hand out. Nice to meet you.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
Crux.
nice to meet you too.
Local punk, previous fighter. Love your work.
I think I've been to one of your matches, and it was very impressive.
Thanks. I usually knock people out, so if that happened, then that was probably me.
Yeah, I do remember that happening, and it was very quick.
That was definitely me. Yes. Okay. Glad we kind of know each other now. We're in a group. Question. Am I supposed to like protect you or something? They mentioned you and then me, and I'm like, they said I'm a fist, and then we're a fist.
I think, from my understanding, is that I think we as a group are the fist, but you are probably like the one who understands combat a little bit more.
Okay.
But I think we all, in theory, have skills that could help us if there was to say an incident breaks out that can't be ameliorated by the closed hands.
Okay.
I mean the open hands, sorry. We're the closed hands. Yeah.
I'm the big fist among small fist in a big fist ecosystem.
Sure.
Okay. Yeah, I don't really understand all this stuff. But we have like two other you, and then points to Calliope.
I think Cal was on their way kind of off the stage, heading for Dr. Vivian Gray, but hearing their, like, you point, kind of swivels their head. Ah, right. Hi. Hello.
Hey. We're in a group now? We're in a fisting group now.
I'm pretty sure that's not exactly what it's called.
The term is coterie.
Okay, we're in a coterie now.
Yes.
Nice to meet you. Very like kind of not professional, but very like polite. My name is Crux.
Crux 4B?
My last name or where I live?
No, sorry. I'm so sorry. It's so weird how this always happens. I think you live across from my mom. My mom is in 4A.
Yes. I know you're. Yeah, friends with my family. Well, me. I bring your mom food every now and then.
Yeah. I sometimes slip the envelope under your door and stuff when I have time.
Yeah. I always wondered how that would happen. Your mom's not super mobile. It's hard to move in general. And yes. Hi. Damn, they got you too. Or is that good for you?
I think it is, actually.
Okay.
I think it is good for me.
Okay, cool. And I'll just preface. Mine was not good, as you can see. I don't have a mentor person.
What? And you? What happened?
Oh, I killed them. Am I supposed to say that? Is that a bad thing?
Yeah, you were kind of told not to talk about it outside of here no more.
Outside of here, though, the place,
yeah, it does leave here, but I guess you could talk about it here.
Well, yeah. You know, I mean, I feel like maybe you had your reasons. Just trying to be like understanding and nice about it, but like not understanding, because in my head I'm just like, I could never do that to her.
Well, everyone, like Coach Crooks is like, well, I did tell everyone that they were an asshole. They're a really bad person. We don't have to get into it because I'm like, I think out of here I'm supposed to like shut up about it. But everyone, you all watched, so that's a fist coterie thing. There's supposed to be 4 of us.
It's really fine if there's just 3.
Yeah, I saw the looks on a lot of faces, and then like Crutch is like scanning the room for the.
Delaney's like waving over to Adonis, like, "Hi, we know each other."
hey, come over here.
Cal is distinctly not looking over.
Adonis was mirroring Cal in the way of like trying to get off stage to reach their sire, except they do that shit. Very hurried beeline to Razor.
Okay.
Like I said, probably best if there's just 3.
The vibe. Look, I would vibe agree with you, but the vibe I'm getting is whatever that lady says is ironclad.
Yes, we do have to follow what the prince says.
But I mean, we could go talk to the doctor before we, if they're not going to come over here.
Is everybody's sire a doctor?
No, Dr. Albright.
No. I mean, my sire is also a doctor. Has her doctorate.
Mine too, actually.
Yeah.
I think mine was a landlord.
Oh. Yeah, I think you were justified.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm glad we're all on the same page.
If you don't mind, I would love to just talk to my sire really quick, but I can meet up with you both in a second.
Oh, no. Yeah, I'm actually going to go talk to mine as well, just to check in.
Yeah, good luck with that. I'm going to go talk to my doctor.
Okay.
Our doctor.
Cool.
Your stepdad. Your adopted dad.
Split off into your separate groups. We're going to go to Adonis. And you're looking around. And you don't see Razor. And then you feel a hand on the back of your neck. And he just goes, "What in the ever living fuck did you just do? Didn't we talk about this? We talked about it. You said you would not be a cunt. And then you went up there and did the cuntiest of cunt shit of all cunts can do. The fuck is wrong with you?"
I would have to make a slight amendment.
Get it right.
I'm sorry, but I'm still standing. Is that better?
You're still standing. Not because you got away with disrespect, because you are a fucking experiment. Do you see the group that you just got put with? You think that Calliope being in your coterie was an accident?
No. And that's what I wanted to ask about, because why am I at the fist? I'm not a fist. I'm an open hand. I'm diplomatic. I'm charming. I can do negotiate. Why am I with... They all know each other from projects. What am I supposed to do with that?
Act like a goddamn adult.
Fine. I'll suck it up, and then maybe we won't have to be a coterie or whatever, and things will make some goddamn sense. You're laughing. Why are you laughing?
Because you think it's going to be that easy.
Okay.
Do you realize that Albright is the one that's in charge of you now?
Yes, I gathered as much.
The Seneschal is the one that's in charge of you. Y'all are his bitches. You, because you went up there and embarrassed yourself, got made into a bitch. And by proxy, got me made into a bitch. And remember what I said before you went on stage? I would never call myself a bitch. Look what you just made me do.
I mean, I love that song. I'm sorry. I don't
Get
know.
over there. Talk with your fucking coterie. Make that shit work. And if I see your ass arguing with Calliope,
You won't have to finish that.
exactly. Thank you for your cooperation.
Of
And
course.
thank you for making me a bitch. And he just turns around, kind of limps away. Calliope,
Yeah.
you were going to speak to Vivian.
Yes. Yes, I am. With a slight bounce in their step. The air around them, like their wings are still wet and unfolding from their backs, still covered in blood, but there's something bright in Calliope's eyes, something hungry and more alive than they've been in a long time.
And she goes, you did so well.
Did I really? I was more scared than I thought I'd be. You told me it was just talking to one person, but she really is frightening.
Well, when your life is in the hands of someone else, very frightening. But well done.
Thank you. What is this all now about a coterie and fists?
This, and she pauses and takes a breath and she goes, this is political dick wagging. She looks around and she goes, I'm sure someone's listening. But it doesn't take away the fact of the truth, which it is indeed political dick wagging.
Of course. I take it that we were then put in the ensemble.
Got it in one.
Dr. Gray? I'm very familiar with that placement, and I'm not afraid to try.
Only thing I ask of you is to work as hard as you worked in life.
I'm not gonna let this fly by me. Not this time.
And she reaches over and grasps your hand and she goes, what did you see in him?
Do I have to answer that just because you're my sire?
You don't. You don't.
Okay. Okay. It's complicated.
As most things are.
I think perhaps that will be the most challenging part of all of this. I would be excited.
Just remember the tradition about the rite of destruction. You don't get to do that.
I know. And they look over. It was nice watching him squirm.
this.
Thank you for all your help so far. I should probably get back into it.
Of course. I don't know.
And Cal inclines their head again and makes their way back through the cloud. The crowd. Our chat tripped me up. Back to the clown.
Delaney. Cora is kind of bouncing and clapping as soon as she sees you. She's like, you did so good. I don't know if I would have talked, but you did a good job talking.
I thought about not talking, but then I prepared something, and also it just kind of felt, I don't know, I didn't want people to maybe feel a type of way about me for getting an advantage.
Oh, I think most people here didn't really care. They don't really care about the kind at all.
Yeah, okay.
That is why she gave that little speech that she gave.
So about this whole fist thing, how do we feel about this?
Oh, I think she kind of looks up in the air just off to the side. She goes, life is what you make of it.
Yeah. Okay.
And I think you can make the best of this situation. If you need to talk to me about something, you can talk to me, of course. But I think you should try to do your best with these folks. I think the young one that did the diablerie, and she kind of like flinches when she said that. I know we're not supposed to talk about it outside of here, but I think they might have some good in them. But they might also have some bad in them because they ate that asshole Saul. I'll be honest with you, I didn't really care for him at all.
I mean, from what Crux has said, the sire was it wasn't great, and also they were a landlord, so I don't think that's why, but I feel like that's just kind of indicative of the kind of person that they were. Not to say that I think people should be diablerized, but I'm just saying I can definitely see why Crux did it, especially if they weren't given like a choice, you know?
The fact that he was able to immediately after being born is amazing.
I've seen him knock a person out in like 3 seconds.
Oh, I read a news article not that long ago. They gave somebody brain damage. They were still in a coma.
Yeah. Yeah. Did you read the interview that they did with Brenda Chen?
Oh boy. Yeah, Brenda Chen. Avoid her at all costs.
Oh, yeah, of course.
I think she might be one of those weirdos who chase weird stories, and we are by nature a weird story.
Yeah, okay. Good to know. I know, like, we're basically being released into the wild. That I can still come see you and stuff, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then she pauses and she says, but I don't know how much time you'll have for that.
Well, I will find a way to make the time. We can at the very least, we can FaceTime.
Oh yeah, we could do that.
Yeah.
She goes, you're a good kid. I'm glad you're here.
Thanks. She like pause for a second, thinks about if I want to say this, and go, and I mean, you're a great mom.
her little self kind of does the little knitting her hands together situation, and you see a little tear go down all three of her eyes. She gives you a little hug, and then she backs off, and she goes, go see your coterie.
Okay. I'll see you later. It's like a kid going up on their first day of school.
Wiping her eyes off. Crux.
Hello. I want to talk to the doctor.
And it is almost like he is waiting for you. Like he knew this happened. He just kind of stands there calmly. He takes off his glasses. He takes off a little cloth and he wipes his glasses off. Wipes the glass off and puts them back on. And he goes, Crux.
Yeah.
Good evening.
Hello. And Crux extends a hand as like they did for everyone else, though.
Shakes your hand.
Hello.
Strong grip. Surprisingly strong.
Huh. Hello, Dr. Albright. Fist of the Fist, Crux, but you know that. What does this guy look like?
He is a tall white man.
Blonde
hair. Blue eyes. Aryanly attractive.
Horrifying. Okay, but I understand. Lestat de Liancourt. I understand.
In a blue suit, button-up tie sort of situation. He looks professional. Like he is the cause of like many stock market collapses.
Yeah, so again, I'm sure you completely see this. Don't know what I'm doing. Genuinely unsure I'm here. Glad I'm alive, I guess. Didn't really understand that was on the table.
Fair. The hard side part. But yes, he goes, listen.
I'm listening.
I think you're too valuable to be dead.
Thank you. We just met. I believe that. But I don't know why you believe that.
Because, and he goes, gets real close to you, and he goes, because you were strong enough to kill your sire the day you were born. And I need you to understand that never happens.
Okay.
Now, mind you, Sal was indeed an idiot. And probably should not have embraced you in the first place.
We're on the same page about that.
But now you're here. And you are useful.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, no, completely on the same page. Two questions. One, could I get a crash course in all this from you, like maybe once a week, maybe once a month, however much free time you have, because I would love to
I'm going to say this. If your coterie is uneducated, if they're uneducated, then you can come to me.
Sure, I'll ask them first.
Come to them first.
Easy, can do. Yes. Okay.
Now,
okay.
I have something for you, and it will be something for them.
Okay.
I have a job that needs to be done.
Cool.
But it also is going to be, well, without a better way of saying it, a test. Do know, just because that you survived this situation on the stage, that your life is in a very, very, very precarious situation. You see, what you did by destroying your sire. You also, incidentally, because of Tremere, diablerize your sire, which means basically nothing to you. But do not be surprised if Sal starts to speak to you at some point inside of your head. You have absorbed his soul. Yes, vampires do indeed have souls. It does not go away.
Okay.
So if you start to have more assholish tendencies,
oh,
do not be
okay.
surprised.
But
Now,
if he was
yes,
supposed to
continue.
if he was supposed to talk with me already, that would already happen.
Not necessarily.
Okay. But I might have
It could
more.
happen at any random time. I'll be honest with you, we don't have a lot of research on diablerie.
Okay. Yeah, I wouldn't
Because
imagine
it's
if
not really a thing that we do, and the people that have done it are usually killed.
Okay.
So, with that knowledge, I highly discourage doing it again.
Now, diablerie, is that a specific thing, or am I just not supposed to eat people
Or
in
feeding
general?
from other vampires.
Okay. When you say feeding from other, in general, or I'm not just
I don't know how to be more specific than don't feed
from
other
vampires. Okay. And cocks start to get hungry in the back of their mind. And it's word, dope.
And you have been fed, Crux. You have been. But it does not seem to sate your thirst at all. The sheriff has been actually incredibly kind to you. Made sure that you're fed. Try to give you a little bit of knowledge along the way. But that's not really his gig, and he has other shit to do.
Yeah.
And you've basically been locked up for the last 3 weeks. With books and video games and all kinds of shit to keep you entertained. But you were still locked up.
Yeah, a lot of controllers got broke as Crux kind of felt the locked up vibes.
And then you broke one, and then another one came the next day. You were, despite being locked up, treated as best they could because he knew that
white collar crime.
Yeah. I don't know if I'll call that white collar crime, but
Red collar. Whoa, dope. Yeah, so Crux is word and is kind of turning around to see if the coterie is pulling up yet. But does want to ask but I can eat from people.
Yes, don't kill them.
Yeah, no.
You'll want to. I promise you this.
Oh.
You'll bite and you want to drink and drink and drink until their life is yours.
Okay. Okay. Is that an urge that I'm supposed to get when I bite into blood? Is there
yes.
And it fills me up real good?
But it won't fill you entirely until you kill them.
Oh, so I have to dip from a pool multiple times. Okay. Yeah, no, I get that. And do different people make you feel different types of full? Is this a chicken versus steak?
Different types of ways.
Okay. Yeah.
Different sort of reactions to different kind of blood. Also, if you decide to feed from someone who is on a particularly strong stimulant or drug, you will absorb some of that too.
I'm gonna try to avoid that. Cool. Yeah, great. No, thank you.
If you've never done mushrooms in life, don't start once you.
No, I'm sober life. Had a little, teen years is all about that. None for adult Crux, and I guess my future adult me that doesn't age.
I may ask for your assistance periodically to get a certain type of blood for me.
Okay, specifically me?
Specifically you.
Cool. Is it do I gotta beat someone up? I can do that.
And he kind of does one of those shrugs, like, yeah, I guess it's preferably not, but if you must, then do what you will.
Is this like a person or a vampire? Is it like people or vampire?
One thing you'll learn about the adventure of my clan,
sure,
is that we have very particular tastes.
Okay.
While I did not know this very odd situation, and you are restricted from talking about it to anyone else.
Cool. Yeah. No.
And he gets close to you and he goes, I can only drink from ladies who have at least 5 cats.
Oh, that's very specific. Okay, yeah. Since we're like, yeah, am I supposed to share what I think I'm really hungry for?
That is a very odd question.
I mean, I could just ask my coterie. You already, yeah, I could just like.
It's probably for the best.
Yeah, I'm just gonna ask my coterie. Do they have to come talk to you now?
Once you all have gathered yourselves, you can come speak to me.
Cool. I'm gonna step away now. And Crux like steps away and is like kind of waving the coterie over whenever they turn around from their sires, because Crux has like is stumbling through this every second of every minute.
And he turns around and goes back about his business. You all are free to speak with each other. You clearly see Crux is in a very awkward sort of position here, stepping away from the seneschal.
Okay. Oh, go ahead.
I think if it's okay with you, Fair. I think as kind of everyone is starting to come back together, I think Cal actually makes a slight beeline toward you, and like a few feet away from the rest of the group, kind of like pauses next to you. Delaney, right?
Yeah. Calliope.
Yes. I just wanted to say that I was really moved by what you said up there.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, I kind of went through something similar growing up, and my mom got sick a few years ago and hasn't really been well for a long time before that, so it just meant a lot. So thanks for that too.
You're welcome. I'm sorry to hear about your mom.
Yeah, it's cool.
And
Try
you said Crux helps take care of her?
Yeah, she needs help getting groceries upstairs because 4th floor, so
yeah.
Sometimes I throw Crux a little bit of money from my job at the dance theater and gets groceries for everyone. They're really cool about it, so.
Yeah, they seem like they care about other people and don't really suffer injustice, which I like.
Me too. And I think on injustice, Cal's eyes flit over to Adonis in the crowd and then kind of flip back to you. I know we literally just met. I have a kind of awkward question for you.
Yeah, of course.
I just noticed when the prince was speaking to Adonis, they said something about me, and they said something about Anastasia, which I know what that's about. But they also mentioned something about you.
Oh.
Do you know them? Adonis?
Yes. I do know Adonis, yeah.
Oh.
I don't know yet. I was an OnlyFans model. It was to help me pay for school.
Cool.
For all the things that my scholarships didn't cover. So Adonis was one of my donors. that's the only relationship that we really had. It was just professional, I guess, in a way.
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
I'm sorry. I do get the sense that there is something went on between the three of you.
Oh yeah, Adonis cheated on me.
I do think fondly of Adonis, but that also doesn't surprise me.
Yeah. You know, I kind of wish it surprised me more.
Yeah, it's like they say, when somebody shows you who they are, believe them. But, sometimes you want to see the best in someone, and doesn't always work out well.
Yeah. Sometimes the best in someone just doesn't exist.
Also true.
It's good to meet you anyway.
It's good to meet you too. I remember seeing you at the ballet. I think
Yeah.
I helped consult for some flowers one time.
For Rite of Spring.
Yes.
Okay, I could have sworn that maybe we knew each other from somewhere. I thought maybe it was a tab open on Adonis's. Anyway.
I mean, maybe.
Maybe.
If you, as long as you don't think that's
Their
awkward.
cheeks get
I don't.
Their cheeks get a little red, I think, but they smile. No, it's hard work. I appreciate what you do as a fellow performer.
Yeah, I really enjoyed my time at the studio, just consulting, and then I got a free ticket, so I really enjoyed that show. It's nice.
I meant about your work on OnlyFans too, but also for Rite of Spring. It was a great show.
Well, I mean, I enjoyed your work in the Rite of Spring.
Then I'm looking forward to working with you more.
Same.
Okay, we should probably figure out what all this fisting means, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And hopefully
Thanks.
that doesn't stick.
Yeah. Thanks for talking with me. I just I wanted to make sure that there wasn't a third person who was involved with the whole cheating thing that I suddenly didn't know about, and that's all.
Yeah. No, I completely understand. It's already an awkward situation, and that would have made things even more awkward. But, and as for listening, happy to do so. We are going to have to get to know each other, and be there for one another. So might as well start now.
I agree. I think that the little tinge of pink still on their cheeks. Cal nods, and starts heading over with you toward Crux.
I like to think during this conversation, Adonis is already with Crux, having their own conversation.
Please.
Fine. Hi, I guess I missed introductions formally.
Hey, yeah, nice to meet you, Adonis. And Crux puts a hand, like as they did with everyone else, puts a hand out to shake your hand. Do you take it?
Yes.
Thank you. Crux shakes a hand. Hi, new Fist of the Fist. It's a pleasure to meet you, Adonis. What is Adonis wearing right now? Like, how rich do you look right now?
Listen, money talks, but wealth whispers. It's all
Yeah.
like unlabeled pantsuit.
Okay, yeah. But even
pretty
pulling
nice.
up to the life or death thing, at least Crux thinks it's a life or death thing, and a pantsuit is wild. So they're clocking, and it's like, yeah. So, I don't know you. You don't know me. It's clear that you and the others don't get along. That's fine. I love conflict. Probably. We can get along, hopefully. And if we don't, so what?
Oh, of course, as your fistling.
Yeah.
I hate this terminology, but
No, I see that. I think can I be frank with you, Adonis?
Sure.
You seem like a bad person with a smart mouth. However, I think that's funny. So I'm gonna like ground rule us because I'm kind of a good person with a really smart mouth and quick to hit. So I think that you and I should have like an honesty thing going on. Like I think that will work for us.
I'm trying not to fall into the trap that you obviously laid for me to say something rude back.
No, stupid. It's not a trap. I'm giving you. I want to like you in a way that is authentic. And I have a feeling that everything about you is going to be something that I won't like politically. And that's okay. And I'm being as candid as possible. That is okay. So I would rather us, you and me, since I'm the only one that's like not whatever that is. I want to like just be upfront. Like you can be mean to me, I'm gonna be mean to you, but at the end of the day, you and I can be like honest.
Okay, I think I'm gathering what you're saying, and I think that is very noble of you and indicative of why you're the let me get this out. I am talking. It's why you're the leader, Krugs.
Okay. Not what I expected you to say. Now, what's the truth? Now, what's the other half of that?
Oh, the truth is I can buy and sell you, but we won't be saying that again.
Ooh. And I think, are we like still like hands touching?
I think that'll be so fun. Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, and I think Hux like begins to shake the hand and like squeezes it really hard. I think you and I are gonna have a fun relationship, Adonis. And I'm only gonna tell you this because I think telling the worst people is actually a really good thing and brings you in really close.
Yeah, you're crushing my hand.
Yeah. I really need you to understand that I am stronger than you, and money is only one way of strength. And Sal, my shitty little landlord piece of shit sire, I'm told.
Hey, don't call me that.
There it is. Yeah. I wonder if I can eat him twice. Sorry, I get a little sidetracked. If I have to kill someone and then die about it, you will be at the top of the list.
Okay, that's so nice for you. I bet it is.
Because you smell really good, buddy. And I think I'm gonna need help doing something that's kind of illegal. And I know rich people like yourself are really good at that.
I can't wait to hear it. After my hand comes through.
I think Fox breaks it a little bit, a tiny bit, because they've been practicing for the last 3 weeks with their strength. And then let's go.
Oh, this is going to be so much fun.
I'm told.
Oh, that's amazing. Amazing.
Crux had that dog in him. Yeah. And
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm told that heals after a little bit of like blood or whatever, but yeah. So if we can like chat offline about like getting me the things that I need, whatever you need, if it has to do with like punching people, because I'm sure that's what like you like or you can't do.
Maybe you can like start giving me a list or a hint of things you might need.
Okay. Blood.
Okay.
No, sorry. So remember the illegality thing? I'm illegal here in the vampire world.
Mm-hmm.
And I think Crux, can I see your hand?
Nicely, they just place it back.
And it's like trailing a finger on it. You smell really, really good. And I need people that also smell good.
Adonis, you know what this means.
Yeah.
And you know that because of the clan you're in, that there's someone in here listening, almost certainly.
Mm-hmm.
And that Crux should probably stop talking.
Hey, I know you're trying to communicate something with me, but I'm going to tell you very politely, in the sake of honesty, to shut the fuck up.
Heard, Chef.
Good. And there goes my friends. So we can finally be a happy little coterie. Hi, Delaney.
Hi, Adonis. Good to see you again.
I
love the name change.
All the while, y'all are having these conversations and stuff like that. This other coterie is moving around this crowd like they own the place. They are indeed being the faces. There's no awkwardness. There's just literally like talking to people, shaking hands, getting along. But there is a thing that you all notice, or maybe notice, because we're going to have our first roll.
Oh my goodness.
I want everyone to roll me their wits and insight.
All right, here's I haven't played Vampire in a long time. How many red dice do I roll?
1.
Okay.
We're all at hunger 1 right now.
And you said that was wits and what?
And insight.
That is wits and insight.
Thank you. One success.
Okay.
5 successes.
All right.
I forgot how demiplane works.
Just click insight.
Oh, right.
Click wits. And then just roll.
Okay. I got 2 successes.
2 successes. Crux, what you got?
I've been trying to use demiplane the role for the past 30 seconds, and it is a trial. Oh, roll. I have 0 successes.
0 successes. Phenomenal. Do you have a skull on your red die by chance?
A skull on my yes.
You do.
I do. Is that bad? Is that good? Should I clear that? It says
I will bring up some vampire mechanics here for you now.
Awesome.
How many dice do you have to roll in wits and insight?
I have 1 dice, I think, because my wits is 1.
And then your insight is
Nothing. There's nothing on there.
Cool. You're fucked. Because in vampire rules, you can re-roll up to 3 dice that are not your red die, but you should only roll your red die here because you should be at hunger 1.
Sure.
And if that's a skull, that is a bestial failure.
Now, is the skull going to be? I have regular and I have hunger, like on the 2 things.
Yes.
I just roll.
Skull
It says I
is your
just.
hunger die.
Now you weren't talking. You weren't just talking about the hunger die, were you?
Yes, that's the only one
Like,
that can roll.
like on the. Oh well, I don't think I rolled. So my dice just says 1. It's just a 1 pip, like 1 with a thing. No skull on there. I'll just
wait. Yes, please. Because I was like, I need to know what you're looking at.
I think I'm safe. I think this time I'm safe because I have a skull on the. There's a skull on the UI, and I don't think there's a skull on my dice. And I'm only because
I think what you're seeing is like at the bottom of the dice roller, it shows you what means regular and what means hunger.
Oh, okay. Thank God.
So that's not your die.
Just 0 successes and just a 1. I think this bestial day is not today, but don't worry. Next time it will be.
Excellent. So you just don't notice shit, essentially. But Adonis, you do notice that while this other coterie is mingling, maybe there is a little bit of that awkwardness that y'all have too. But the difference is, and you picked this up because your sire's the harpy, knows a little bit about how shit works here. That is the Princess Childer. And that might be putting a little bit of fear in everybody. Like, we better be nice in this situation.
Oh, so just a Nepo baby situation. Got it.
It is what it is.
Nepo recognizes Nepo.
All of y'all are a little bit of Nepo babies, but there are levels to this shit.
This is like, it's 1% Nepo baby.
Like, for example, right now, Crux, in theory, is the richest of all of you. Venture Daddy.
True.
You know what I mean? So all of you have different benefits depending on where you are. Like, Calliope can probably get away with doing some out-of-pocket shit because Malkavian. And Adonis gets to go around with roaches. And don't nobody say shit. Even though it's like roaches crawling out your pants leg. And Delaney, I'm sorry, you don't really get any benefits being a salubri. You get to make other people hungry. Like, that's another thing that we should bring up here. You see, if Adonis smells tasty, Crux, Delaney smells like the best steak and potatoes you ever had in your life. If you're a vegan, it is the best onions being grilled over some garlic. That's just a robust, pungent deliciousness. Like, it is almost distracting at times. But anyway, Adonis, you notice those things. There are people sort of cowing to the Princess Child. And that is why they look less awkward than you. Though the Banu Hakim, which you can sort of put together, is the Scourges, Anya's child, carries herself with a borderline militaristic poise. She looks completely unflappable. That's what you get with 5 successes. Anyway, continue. The rest of you who got any successes noticed that. Yeah, that's a princess kid. It makes sense.
Okay, well, Big Fist, if you will. No, the other Big Fist. Crux, I'm talking to you.
Oh, yes. Did you want me to lead the hey everyone? We should leave. You guys want to go chill, leave, maybe not in a room full of people? Do we want to stay here?
Should we not be mingling like the other coterie?
Oh, I think I'm not going to because my now and Crux puts a hand on Adonis's shoulder. How tall is Adonis?
I mean, they're 6 foot even.
Crux stretches to yeah. Crux is about 5'6". Puts a hand on the shoulder and just because my buddy, loose term, has told me to shut up, and I'm not going to do good talking to these people. So if you guys don't talk to these people, I'm going to stand back and menace.
Honestly, I think maybe we should. Where are we meeting after this if we're not going to talk here? Do we have a designated area for private conversations?
Storyteller, where
Yes.
sorry, where are we located again, like at this moment, and like what is the proximity to like all of our like houses?
So you are just off South Street at Theater of the Living Arts. This is very important for y'all to note because this particular territory is considered neutral ground. The area from both rivers, the Schuylkill River and Delaware, are both the box for your territory. But because it's been argued, and this has been a Philly lore, of where South Philly actually starts, South Street or Washington Street or Snyder Street, it's a big argument. Most people don't consider starting at Snyder Street, but Washington and South Street are a little bit of a influx sort of area. That is considered, between Washington and South Street, neutral territory. No one can have a domain here. You can have businesses here. You can do cross-sect business with anarchs or independents, but this is considered neutral ground. If you fuck it up, you come under both jurisdictions for potential consequences. This has been agreed on by the prince and 2 of the anarch barons, who you will find out about later. But this particular place, the Theater of the Living Arts, is also where Elysiums are held. This is Camarilla Court. These are never held here, which is strange, and would only have been pointed out to probably Adonis, to be honest with you. The others wouldn't care that much. But Adonis, this would have been pointed out to you because of the strangeness of it. This is the prince flexing a little bit. Like, look at all of my brand new vampires showing in the Camarilla. All these new kindred. Do something about it. Cool. So y'all are, you can continue after that, but that's the bit of information to help you out here.
Where we are, where is it in relation to like whose house is the closest out of all of us?
Probably Adonis, I think.
Okay.
Look, I think amongst the 3 of us, I have the most space, so we can just take a ride to mine.
Word? Yeah, I don't live anywhere right now, so that works out.
Okay, well, that's sad, but as
No.
our... No?
Like, I'm assuming I can't go home. I lived...
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay,
so,
we can walk and talk, and then we can let the open hand or whatever do their face business, because who cares? And it's like they're talking to themselves about like whatever their names are and walking towards the exit.
Shh. Okay. I was gonna say maybe we could at least go talk to the other coterie. I mean, it's not like we're enemies, right?
Oh, I should warn. We also have a job from the Albright, Dr. Albright.
Oh, okay.
That's
Okay,
what I thought.
We can talk the Albright to Albright. That is a name. Albright. Oh, never mind.
And as you all head to Dr. Albright, we are going to take a short break. So give us about 10 minutes. We're going to gather ourselves, use the restrooms, yada, yada, yada. You're going to see some ads. Feel free to subscribe to the YouTube in the meantime. Subscribe to this channel in the meantime. I'd love to be able to pay for some art and expand the production on this. And your funding makes that happen. So do the things. Thank you all. We'll see you shortly.